folks, welcome back to the channel. Hey, we're headed off to Bayside Dodge to drop the car off, to get the cam, lifters, whatever else needs to be done to get Shake and Bake back up to speed. So stay tuned, folks. All right, folks, like I said, we're headed back to Bayside Dodge. Here's one thing you want to do, though, is you want to check, make sure you got everything before you leave. Make sure you don't forget anything in case your mechanic doesn't have everything there at the shop with him already. So we're going to go over it real quick. So obviously we got the lifters, you got the cam, you got two gaskets, head gaskets, antifreeze, and oil. Right, I'm also going to have them hook up my boost gauge as well, so that's why you see that in there. So we're going to hop in old Shake and Bake, do some driving on our way there, and we'll come back when we get after we get there. All right, folks, we're in old Shake and Bake, headed to Bayside Dodge to Mike the mechanic, to get Shake and Bake up to speed and up to snuff. Man, we've been waiting a little bit, but hey, we got to do what we got to do, right? So finally got time to get Shake and Bake into the garage and get her hooked up. So I said a minute ago, make sure you got everything you need for the mechanic before you leave. So I'm going to throw up a list of stuff that you're going to need if you're going to do a cam swap and a lifter and or cam swap. I'll put the list up here and put it up now. So just to run down the list real quick, make sure you got your oil, your antifreeze. Those are the two things that don't come in the kit, right? And you know, maybe whoever you get the kit from may not tell you, but your mechanic should tell you those two things you need, because you're going to drain some of your coolant and you're definitely going to drain your oil. So make sure you have those two fluids. All right, make sure you have your head gaskets, because you don't want to reuse your head gaskets. That's why you can't reuse your head gaskets. So make sure you got those. And if you're doing lifters, make sure you got your lifters packed up, and make sure you got your cam. Right, so the big things, you can't forget the big things. Also, with the head gaskets, you know, some people won't reuse the timing gasket cover gaskets either. So for your timing chain, it's timing chain cover, right? So some mechanics won't reuse those. So make sure you got those as well if your mechanic is going to put new ones on. All right, so that's the list of stuff you're going to need for lifters and cam swap. So like I said, we're headed out to Mike. We're going to do the same thing, because I cannot be in the shop with him while he's doing it. So he's going to get the video, and I'm just going to do a voiceover. Again, this isn't going to be a how-to or a step-by-step. We'll cover the big pieces, and we'll move on from there. Oh, another thing, make sure you have a base tune or a startup tune from your tuner. Whether you're having them dyno tune it or email tune, you're going to need a startup tune, unless you're going to trailer it to who you're having it dynoed with. So make sure you got that startup tune as well. I want to make sure you got that before I sign off. So that's going to do it from the talking point until Mike opens her up and gets started. So stay tuned, folks. Here we go.
All right, go ahead.
All right, folks, so this is the one y'all been waiting for. You seen seen everything I had to get to do the swap, and everything leading up, all of the mechanic work leading up to this point. So we're gonna get in the car, we're gonna do a little drive, and I'm gonna tell you what the issues were, because there were a number of them. Some mechanical errors, so to speak. So let's get to it. All right, folks, we're up in Shake and Bake, and there were a number of I'll say things that were done not quite right with Shake and Bake. So one of the first things that Mike found was the last people to put on my intake manifold. I'm not going to call out any shops in this video. If you want to know who those folks are, you can go back, look at certain videos, and they will tell you who did this work. So I don't want to put anyone out there on blast. If you want to know who did the work, like I said, go back, look at prior videos, prior installation videos, and that'll let you know who did the work. So the first thing was the gaskets for the individual cylinder holes for the intake manifold. Those gaskets were wrong. They were the wrong ones. I provided those gaskets to the folks to put in there when they put the intake manifold back on. But I would expect if I give you something wrong and it doesn't fit, it doesn't look right, then I would obviously expect you to come back to me and say, hey, these aren't right, can you get me the right ones? I would have got the right ones, took it to the mechanic and have him put the right ones in. So that's one thing that could have produced a boost leak, because NA, it probably wasn't such a big deal because there wasn't a whole lot of pressure in the intake manifold. But now that I'm boosted and I'm putting a lot of pressure, well, I would say a lot more than NA, having those wrong gaskets could have broken the seal and created a small or medium-sized vacuum leak. So I think it was part of the problem. And here's a picture of what it looked like when we took it off. All right. So the second thing is on the back of the intake manifold, the person that did it put in a metal air hose fitting on the back of the manifold to take the place of the stock molded in nipple that was on the back of the manifold. So it is threaded, so that's a good thing. But what's not a good thing is kind of the metal on plastic, right? It could, not saying it is, because it's still there, could possibly produce a boost leak. And here's a picture of that now. Also, I don't have a picture of this. There was a vacuum hose that just happened to be a little long, and it made its way onto the headers. So obviously that hose wound up with a pretty decent sized hole in it, which absolutely produced a boost leak. So I don't have a picture of that. is kind of my fault. I inadvertently ordered the wrong cam. So I actually wound up ordering the non-VVT cam instead of the VVT cam. So that was a little fiasco on my part. And Mike, I truly apologize. I'm not sure how I did that, and well, you know, hey, I did it. So we didn't wind up putting in the new cam. We did, however, look at the rollers. The rollers were fine. Obviously a little worn. They've been in for 30, 40, 50,000 miles, so they were a little worn. So just on the safe side, we went ahead and put in the new lifters. New lifters, same cam. So we did a really good job of inspecting the cam. The cam was fine. No, you know, there was no digging into it. None of the normal lifter chewing up the cam issue at all. So I think where the ticking was coming from was from all of those potential boost leaks, which I think actually wound up being boost leaks. Especially the one with the hose that went up against the cable. All right, folks. So told you about my little snafu with the cam. Wound up ordering the wrong one. So had to stop, get the car washed. She was a little dirty after sitting around for a while. But yeah, so it's kind of a multitude of things that I think all added up to Shake and Bake not running well. So like I said, lifters were fine, cam was fine. That's not what was creating the Hemi tick in this instance. I think what was creating the Hemi tick in this instance was the combination of everything. Being there, a little boost leak here, a little boost leak there, a hole in that vacuum hose was a definite, rather big boost leak, or vacuum leak. I won't call it a boost leak, but a vacuum leak, which led to the ticking, led to the poor performance, and I think it also led to us not having a totally correct tune at this point. So I am doing some logging for Jay. We are going to do a couple hits, get him some some wide open throttles, some AFR looks, just to stick with the Comp Cam 270, get it dialed in, and we'll look at adding a blower cam later at this point, just because I was an idiot and wound up ordering the wrong cam. If I would have had the right cam, he would have put the cam in. But at this point, you can't put a non-VVT cam in a VVT variable valve timing car. It just doesn't work. So that's everything that was wrong with the good old Shake and Bake. Mike, he did some other minor fixes, rerouting of some cables and some hoses and things like that, just to make sure they're 100% safe. Again, some questionable stuff done at some other shops, but Mike cleaned it all up, made sure everything was good to go. Shake and Bake is running, I would say, about 95% right now. That last 5% is I'm going to wind up probably getting a new intake manifold to take the place of the one that's got the questionable fitting put on it. And then dialing in the tune. So that's that last 5%, I think. Other than that, she is running great. No tick, no noises. runs smooth. No, you know, no bad idle or no bad small pulls at this point. Been running around, you know, on the same tune for quite a while now, so shouldn't be the tune. I mean, obviously he disconnected the battery, reset the adapters, reset everything, so she's learning again. He drove from Baltimore to Bowie 30-40 miles. I've drove another 15-20 miles this morning. So I think the adaptives are getting back to kind of back where they should be. And we're gonna go up here, see if we can find a place to do a couple wide open pulls, get some AFRs for Jay, see where we're at, see if we need to make any tweaks to the tune, and we're gonna go from there. So you know, I put it out there on the community tab, so you subscribers, you know, should have got that notification that I put something up on the community tab, that, you know, I was going to do this video today, and Shake and Bake's back. And, you know, no sooner the day I get her back, Incredible Hemi hits me up and says, hey, calling you out on Black Friday. So if everything goes well, weather holds out, ADCO stays open, we're going to be at ADCO on Friday to do some runs with Incredible Hemi and any other sucker we can find that says, oh, you're just a 345. So I'm gonna wrap it up for this one, folks. If you're stopping in for the first time, please go ahead and check out the other content on the channel. If you like what's going on, do me them 4 things: like, subscribe, nail that bell, and toss me a comment. So that's it for this one, folks. Until next time, adios.